Hey guys, it is Monday, December 4th, and this is Kyle, aka Vulcan Wolverine. Um, Still kind of fighting whatever kind of flu virus I got about 3 weeks ago. It's kind of hard to shake with all the directed energy weapon systems attacks on me. But I did want to, I wanted to go over some more information, some more concrete information to keep building education and keep building a case for us, for us targeted individuals, for the public at large, and to put more information under our belt, so that some of the projects and activism that we're doing can have more success. So, kind of just in that spirit of continuing education, and this is pretty important information. I'm going to go through. This is Dr. Eric Karlstrom's website. This is on the electronic weapons portion of the website. Now, this is just some major U.S. government intelligence military projects that involved electromagnetic weaponry, directed energy weapons, and mind control that are documented, and admitted by our government and the military, and are known and should be known worldwide. And it kind of backs up, our claims more of what is happening to us. With what's coming out in the Cuban embassy attacks and all the testimonials around the world of target individuals. I feel like this should be in the bag. People should know by now that our government, our intelligence agencies are very capable of doing non-consensual human experimentation. Other governments around the world and their military-industrial complexes are very capable of this. We do still deal with a little bit of resistance, a little bit, and I think more people than not do know that this stuff is going on. But we need to keep building our allies amongst non-TIs so that we can gain our freedom. I mean, right now I'm not doing horribly. I'm building my little igloo bunker, which is kind of keeping me safer at night. I do feel about 50% better, but it seems to be pushing what my attackers are trying to do backwards a little bit. I think when you're asleep at night, you're very undefended, and your brain is in theta state. When you're sleeping, so a lot of the remote neural manipulation things that they do, signals to the brain that cause pain in the autonomic nervous system, are easier for them to accomplish. I'm trying to knock that out. I think when we sleep, it's so important for us to use defenses like Dave Case's CD, either one of them, or passive defenses, even though they might not work 100%. They are important to attenuate that stream of energy that they're trying to put to our head. That's going to like the nerves in our ears, our eyes, and then go into regions of the brain to send pain signals, and basically, just infiltrate your nervous system and your brain with electromagnetic energy. It's very, very painful. It seems like I'm getting attacked because I'm stopping a lot of it when I sleep. Now when I'm awake, they're trying to do some of the things that they were doing to me in my sleep, which aren't as effective. So I am pushing my attackers back, but they don't stop. They try and find other ways to hit you when you aren't defended. But I just want to go through this real quick, and then I can talk more after it. Major U.S. government intelligence military electromagnetic mind control projects from 1952 to 1998. So these are all documented. These are all documented and unclassified at this point. Project Moonstruck in 1952 was done by the CIA. It involved electronic implants in the brain and the teeth. The targeting was long range, implanted during surgery or surreptitiously during abduction by the CIA. The frequency range was high frequency to extremely low frequency transceiver implants. The purpose was tracking mind and behavioral control, conditioning, programming, and covert operations. Functional basis, electronic stimulation of the brain, ESB. So this was in 1952 that they were implanting, and I'm sure the majority of the people in this project Moonstruck were implanted non-consensually, and this is admitted by our government. This was in 1952 that they could hit implants in the brain and teeth, long range with high frequency and extremely low frequency by transceiver. Okay, and that would be directed energy. Extremely low frequency and high frequency is electromagnetic frequencies. Project MK Ultra, I've gone over that in 1953. Started in 1953. I think Project Artichoke was like in the 1940s, and this was done by the CIA, run by front companies and universities, where they used drugs, electronics, and electroshock. The targeting was short range, frequencies VHF, high frequency, UHF, and modulated at ELF. Transmission and reception, local production, purpose, programming behavior, creation of cyborg mentalities. Effects, narcoleptic trance, programming by suggestion. Subprojects, many. I think there were like 140 to 170 subprojects. There was a pseudonym, Project Artichoke. I think it started out as Project Artichoke and then became MK Ultra. The functional basis, electronic dissolution of memory, EDOM. That's where they were trying to, with electromagnetic frequencies, dissolve memories, basically. And I think a lot of target individuals think that we're experiencing this. Maybe to help myself psychologically, I'm blanked out and memory fogged a lot, but I like to think that they're suppressing certain things about my brain function with electromagnetic frequencies, and that if I could get these attackers off of me, I could heal and get those memories back. But a lot of target individuals think that they can actually destroy memories, and it would be hard to know. If they do destroy memory, it'd be hard to know that it was gone forever. It's a scary thought for me, because they've been torturing me and using remote neural manipulation with directed energy weapon systems for so many years. Okay, so I'll move on. Project Orion in 1958 by the U.S. Air Force. Drugs, hypnosis, and ESB, electronic stimulation of the brain, targeting short range and in person, frequencies, extremely low frequency modulation, transmission and reception, radar, microwaves, and modulated at extremely low frequencies. Purpose, top security personnel debriefing, programming, ensure security and loyalty. And the pseudonym for this project, Orion, in 1958 was Dreamland. Okay, so we're going to go to MK Delta, 1960 CIA. Fine-tuned electromagnetic subliminal programming. The targeting was long range. They used VHF, high frequencies, UHF, and modulated at extremely low frequencies. Transmission and reception, television antenna, radio antenna, power lines, mattress spring coils, modulation on 60 hertz wiring. The purpose, programming behavior and attitudes in the general population. Effects, fatigue, mood swings, behavioral dysfunction, and social criminality in mood swings. There's a pseudonym for this project, Deep Sleep, or RHIC. So that was MK Ultra in 1960 by the CIA. So I mean, you think about it, they were able to hit targets long range, insofar as back as the 1950s, with extremely low frequencies and high frequencies, which were electromagnetic frequencies. That's why you have the proliferation of these remote platforms today, and they're hitting so many target individuals because now the technology has been made for what's it called? For mass dissemination. in mass experimentation at a world level. At a world level. So, I mean, I'm giving, non-TIs proof right here that this activity has gone on as far back as the 1950s at least. And, target individuals, we need to look at this information closely so we can build our arsenal so that if we do have, people who, I guess cynics, real cynics, we want to convince them that this is happening because it's our lives, this is our survival, and this is a war. Now there are going to be people who are propagandists. They're just never going to look anything up, and they really want to cover this stuff up. To what I have to say about those people and target individuals, how we should deal with them, which I haven't always done, is we should move past them. We should move past these people because they are inconsequential. I mean, they're murdering. They're keeping the murder of children and women, and they're even experimenting with electromagnetic frequencies on babies in the womb. So those people who do this on purpose, who say that we're crazy or whatever, I think that it is best for us to just move past them. I don't always do it. Sometimes I cuss them out and I get very angry because they are complicit in keeping people experimented on in murder. But sometimes my anger gets the best of me. I'm sure that it does for the rest of you, because this is serious business. I mean, this is people's lives and their brains. I mean, everything about us. I really don't think that it's everything about us. I think that science is, once again, just scratched the surface with things that they think are the ultimate in understanding. And I think there's always more about human beings that science does not grasp, even beyond energy and frequency, personally. But a lot of people think that, all we are is energy and frequency, and if you can learn to control those things, then you can control us. I tend to point to there's even things in between those things at quantum levels, at spiritual levels that we do not understand with science yet. But let me go on. Phoenix 2 in 1983 by the U.S. Air Force and the NSA. This was the location where it took place was Montauk, Long Island. Electronic multi-directional targeting of select population groups. Targeting medium range, frequencies radar, microwaves, extremely high frequency, UHF modulated. Power gigawatt through terawatt. Purpose loading of earth grids, planetary somnambulescence to stave off geological activity, specific point earthquake creation, population programming for sensitized individuals. The pseudonym was Rainbow or Zap. So in 1989, Trident, and this was by the ONR, which I'm not sure what that stands for, in the NSA. This is electronic directed targeting of individuals or populations. So electronic directed targeting of individuals or populations, Project Trident in 1989. The targeting was large population groups assembled. Display, black helicopters flying in triad formation of 3. Power, 100,000 watts. Frequency, UHF. The purpose, large group management and behavioral control, riot control. And allied agencies were FEMA. The pseudonym was Black Triad, or AEMC. The next one, RF Media, in 1990 by the CIA. Electronic, multi-directional, subliminal suggestion and programming. Location, Boulder, Colorado. Location of main cell telephone node. National television synchronization node. Targeting national population of the United States. Frequencies were ULF, VHF, high frequency phase modulation. The power was gigawatts. Implementation, television and radio communications. The video drone signals. Purpose, programming and triggering behavioral desire, subversion of psychic abilities of population, preparatory processing for mass electromagnetic control. The pseudonym was Buzzsaw, or EEMC. So this was actually through television, electronic